Hey guys, and welcome back to USL2 action here at Ralph Cantafio Soccer Complex. I'm Mahith Kamaj. I'm joined by Ryan Brandt, and tonight we're going to be bringing you WSA Winnipeg versus Thunder Bay Chill in the second of a back-to-back type series. They had a similar one last week, but last night Thunder Bay picking up the win here, 2-1 over WSA Winnipeg. Winnipeg scoring a late goal, but ultimately it was not enough. Ryan, what did you think about that game yesterday?
I thought it was great for both sides. Thunder Bay, a team that's been trying to get their feel for the season, playing a lot less games than other teams in their division. And for the Winnipeg side, confidence at the end and something to take into this match in discussions in the lead up to today. That was what they felt. They feel like they could get 3 points at home in the second leg of this two-game side against Thunder Bay, though the chill brought the chill with them a bit. Cloudy today and actually not bad weather for soccer. Wind's not too bad. It played a bit of a factor yesterday with some of the distribution, so we'll see if a bit calmer conditions make things easier today.
The lineups are a bit different today, since it's a back-to-back, you don't really want your players to tire out, so the lineups look vastly different for the most part today for both sides. Is there anybody on the sheet that maybe you're interested in seeing today that we didn't get to see much yesterday?
Well, I think a name that people in Winnipeg are getting excited about will be in goal, Svetek Artemenko, though Josh Dielman played very well yesterday and making several huge saves, especially in that second half, to keep his team in it and give them the chance to make it a 2-1 game. Artemenko works out all week, Monday to Friday, with Valor FC, the local pro team that just launched here in Winnipeg, and this option here at WSA Winnipeg allows him to get some game action at a bit of a higher level than just playing in the rep scene here in Manitoba. So he gets a chance to play against some of the best amateur athletes in North America, and the hope is that experience will help him as he tries to develop it into a pro. So he'll be one to watch, and for people in Thunder Bay, I think we'll be happy to see some of the faces that picked up the win yesterday, though a lot of changes to their side. A few of them may be calling in because of some injuries. Pedro Adan, who I don't see in the starting 11 today, will be a pretty big loss, as he kind of made everything happen for the Chill yesterday.
And of course, today's pregame show is brought to you by Case Financial.
You guys cutting?
And we'll be right back after these messages.
If you take the first mortgage you're offered, a high interest rate could take your travel budget and send it packing. Before you choose a mortgage, take a second look. Get serious about your mortgage. Contact Case Financial Group today. If you take the biggest mortgage you can get, you might find your budget can't support other important costs, like buying furniture. Don't let your mortgage weigh you down. Get serious about your mortgage. Contact Case Financial Group today.
All right, Ryan, we're just a few minutes away from kickoff, so I'm going to just read out the starting 11 for our viewers. Thunder Bay Chill, again, like we mentioned, it's a bit different. Matt Mazinski stays in goal. Alan Sargent, Justin Earl, Liam Izzard, and Neville Morgan make up the defense. Devin Jorgensen, Marco Quemerly, Ruben Garcia, Luka Gluskovic in midfield. Then up front, maybe a front two here with Nolan Sherwood and Luis Buraneo. And for WSA Winnipeg, again, a few changes. Sviatek Artemenko comes into goal. Tom Prazak, Donna Kasonga, Ermin Makshik, and Tony Abjibade making up the defense. And then up in that front six will be Daniel Sagno, Braden Silva, Kaylan Badu, Will Brown, Peter James, and Rainer Hoekstra. Just about ready to kick this off with the national anthems and players just walking out here onto the field.
Yeah, it's mostly the similar tactics for Winnipeg compared to yesterday. They've been trying out a new formation this weekend, a 4-2-3-1, and they had maybe decided on switching back. They decided they're going to stick with it today, so expect Daniel Sagno to play still in front of the back four. We saw a bit of that in the second half. He'll play alongside Braden Silva, Kaylan Budu kind of leading and trying to offer some support to the striker, Rainer Hoekstra. The one change will be, we'll see who goes in at center back. No Kevin Garrick, no Cello Danji. Both of them will sit out from the starting lineup today. So it'll either be Donna Kasonga or maybe Toby factoring in to fill a bit of a hole in that line.
Anthony Alexander and Evan Klein, and fourth official Matthew Tedford.
We mentioned there were changes, but some of the top players from yesterday for WSA Winnipeg are still here. I mean, Will Brown, Kaylan Badu, Rainer Hoekstra were great yesterday and still getting the chance to impress today. This is maybe a chance for, do they see an opportunity here to pick up a win and they're just keeping their strong players in the 11?
Yeah, I think that is a big factor, and also sticking with the tactics rather than maybe going back to their normal. It sometimes can be about almost a 5-4-1 at times to look for those draws, frustrate opposition, but I think it's a match they feel they have a serious chance of picking up the victory in, and a chance with this Thunder Bay team. A lot of changes to their lineup as well. Sullivan Silva's on the bench. Pedro Adan, as we mentioned, isn't going to be in this game at all. He's not in the lineup. He left last night's game in the second half with it looked like an injury, so you hope he's okay, but he won't be a part of this game.
In net, number 1, Sviatek Artemenko. Number 17, Tom Krasik. Number 20, Donna Kasonga. Number 8, Ermin Makic. Number 16, Abbas Ajabedi. Number 2, Daniel Sagno. Number 6, Braden Silva. Number 10, Kaylan Badu. Number 11, Will Brown.
Just about ready for the national anthems here, Ryan, but I mean, I'm really excited to see some of these players out here. I mean, Luis Buraneo we didn't see yesterday at all, and he's going to be starting up front for Thunder Bay, and perhaps he can make a big difference here. We saw Sullivan Silva start up front yesterday rather than him, and while you can tell he's a talented player, he didn't quite get the chance to impress. Just ready for the national anthems now.
Huh? Should I put it on right now? Why says I'll put the anthem on right now. But I'll put it on right now anyways. Why not? I'm very close. Very close.
We are just about ready for kickoff here, Ryan. While we mentioned there were some changes in the lineup, we're also seeing a change in the jerseys for the two sides, with WSA Winnipeg sporting their new Macron jerseys, of course, and Thunder Bay switching to their other one as well.
Yeah, we'll see the home whites, color familiar to many here in Winnipeg, any of the local sports teams. So we'll see if it's a good omen for them as well. You can't miss Svetek as well in the lime green. So we'll see. He'll be easy to find in his box, and yeah, he'll be managing the back line. And there are great opportunities for guys like Svetek and other young players that are trying to get their feel in this game. They're playing a Thunder Bay team, veteran heavy, loaded up with players that play at the D1 level in college in the United States. Most of their players based in the United States or even in other countries. Japan's represented here. Brazil's represented against a group of local players, most of them under the age of 21, an exception for Toby Ajibade and Braden Silva. Most of the rest of the team on this WSA Winnipeg side, 21 or younger.
Of course, and all of them from Winnipeg as well. They got a few that might go on to maybe represent other countries and move on with their careers, but at the moment all these players are living in Winnipeg, of course, while Thunder Bay does have a lot of international flavor in their squad.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that as well, because it's something in the summer. It's a great thing to get people out. They have great support for the team that Chill do, and they're a successful franchise for many years in the USL at this amateur level in the U23s. So all the power to them, and it's always an even better test for this Winnipeg side to play against some of the best players in North America, and to hold their own yesterday 2-1 gives them some confidence. So they'll start in the other half this time in their whites, and Thunder Bay in the black uniform. So we'll start the other way, and we'll keep an eye on the wind. It's kind of died down a little bit now, but it was really blowing to start off the game yesterday, and had a factor in a lot of the distribution. Of course, WSA got their goal off of a nonchalant goal kick from the Chill.
And we are just about ready for kickoff here. Reno Hoksha, who's just going to send it back into his midfield. Daniel Sagno, making his first start of the season for WSA Winnipeg, picks the ball up there. Bellman Makshik and Peter James already just combining. We saw a lot of that last night, but looks like that's going to be maybe a dangerous combination for Thunder Bay to watch out for.
Yeah, looks like Ajibade will fill in that center back role. Tom Prezak will take over for Kevin Garrick. So that's the only real change for WSA, along with Daniel Sagno at the defensive midfield. So trying to go with the same formation again.
There is Kalen Badu, who also had a great game yesterday. This midfield looks strong for WSA Winnipeg with Badu, Sagno, and looks like Braden Silva's playing in maybe a bit more advanced of a position today. And here comes Thunder Bay. Perhaps they can get a chance here, but that is offside on Luis Bueneo.
And Artemecto had the save anyway. This is exactly how the Chill kind of played it yesterday too, overloading up one wing, trying to get crosses in, and it looks like that's what they'll try to do. They own the possession at many long stints in the match, but there's a chance for Winnipeg if they can find a way to solve it, break those presses, and take the ball the other way.
You mentioned Swiatek Artemenko wearing that lime green kit. Honestly, if he was wearing camouflage, I'd still be able to see him with that blonde hair of his. Just going to dink it over there, Tom Prezak, just pushing wide a bit to offer his goalkeeper an option. Daniel Sagno back to Tom Prezak. Just going to send it back to his goalkeeper. Just trying to find the right tempo here, WSA Winnipeg.
Yeah, I see a lot of Sagno on the ball in this game. We saw yesterday how he kind of opened up pockets in the middle for both Kalen Budu and Braden Silva just with his presence. The Chill, when he came on, they know the scouting report that he's a player that scored a lot of goals at this level and came through the Vancouver Whitecaps and the Canadian national team setup. So there were some eyes on him, and it opens up space for other players.
Looks like Will Brown is playing in a central position, which we didn't see yesterday. He was playing, on the right and then on the left later in the game, but perhaps we're seeing a front two here with him and Hoksha. Maybe he can play off of him.
Good chance here for a free kick as Makic taken down, and actually ended up just being a throw.
And here is Peter James just trying to drive forward. He saw a lot of this yesterday. Back to Daniel Sagno. Up wide here to Donna Kasonga. And there's Reno Hoksha just down the throat of the goalkeeper. Nice opportunity there for WSA Winnipeg.
Yeah, and a good job finding Kasonga out wide open on the switch and puts the ball right back in. Hoksha does a good job to corral it. Maybe he wanted a bit more on that and goes to the goalkeeper, but promising start for WSA.
And there is Neville Morgan just playing it safe back to his center back. Nice win there, high up the field from Tom Prezak. He's making an amazing little run here, and if he can just find a teammate there. And Kalen Badu has won that ball just here on that right-hand side, and it'll go out for a WSA throw-in.
Yeah, 6'4", can't miss Tom Prezak, and adds a lot even on the set pieces, and has been starting in this team since he was 18 years old, and and we'll expect some more big things from him as the years go on. He gets a bit older.
Kasonga is going to take this throw in out here to Daniel Sagno, and they'll retake it. Badu making a nice run down that side. Sometimes forget that there's no offsides on throw-ins, and defenses always have to be wary of that because players always end up sneaking up behind them and getting the ball down near that down the byline. There's Neville Morgan just going to send it up, looking for the head of a teammate, and Donna Kasonga fouled for holding his opposition. They're going to take it quickly, and Kailan Badu gets in the way. Referee says play on, and Reno Hoekstra does have a chance here, perhaps to run in behind if a teammate can support him. And it is a nice effort from Hoekstra, but that is always going high and wide.
A little bit hasty and a little bit of a disagreement between Luka Gluskovic and the referee. She said, put the ball in play if you want to, and he was having his complaints about the WSA player getting in front of the ball, trying to slow things down a little bit, and so he shot it right at him, and the referee said, well, too bad, his back was turned, you hit him, and a really good chance for Winnipeg, just a little wide, or a lot wide from Hoekstra, but second shot on goal already, or second shot attempt at goal so far in this match is pretty good stuff.
Luka Gluskovic and Marco Quemerly here combining well just in that midfield, really strong play. And perhaps there's an opportunity here for the Thunder Bay Chill. Here is Quemerly, if he can find the ball into Burineo, just stifled there by Peter James, who's getting back there and helping out his defense.
Yeah, Quemerly just kind of catches him from behind Peter James as he tried to make the run towards the outside. Linesman called it, referee also called it, so we're seeing some aggressive play here from Winnipeg early on in these first 5 minutes, and that seemed to be the game plan, talking to the head coach Eduardo Badescu beforehand to try and get up early and use that energy. You're playing the second game in 2 days. It's going to take a lot on your team, so if you can get that early goal and try and play out through some tactics for the rest, it wouldn't hurt.
There is Burineo dropping deep. It's a lovely ball here for Neville Morgan, who we saw a lot of yesterday, was really, really active down that left-hand side and looks to be again today. It's going to be a throw in by Liam Ezer down the touchline. Burineo and Morgan again, just trying to win that, but Swiatek is there. Everybody's just going to try and get up there, but Peter James had tracked back to help out his defense. Looks like Ruben Garcia has dropped a little bit deeper than we saw him yesterday. Perhaps that's due to Adan not playing today. He was playing in that position yesterday and was really influential, as you mentioned earlier. But we'll see if he can offer just as much in that position today for the Thunder Bay Chill. There's Braden Silva and Daniel Sagno back to Tom Prazak. And it does look like Braden Silva has gone down here. He's just holding his lower body. Looks like his back. And Swiatek Artemenko will send that out of play, that perhaps the trainer can come on and take a look at him.
Yeah, certainly no intent there, just maybe the way he went down. Somebody can get caught in the turf with the cleats, but holding his low back, you never want to see that. It looks like he's going to be all right, but close to getting a look at. Certainly, no intent, not really a hard challenge from the Thunder Bay player, just making a play on the ball, and Silva took the worst of it.
Gets a little pat on the back there from Ruben Garcia, just to nice display of sportsmanship from him. There's Artemenko, and Daniel Sagno receives that ball deep in midfield, has to play it out safely, and he does indeed, out to Makshik. Sagno gives the ball away, and perhaps Burineo can get an opportunity here, and he plays it through. What a save from Artemenko. Wow. Played that right through the defense, and he was there to save the day.
Yeah, Nolan Sherwood got robbed there. Another nice save. The WSA goalkeepers have come to play so far this weekend. It's going to be a corner kick here for the Chill.
Yeah, another great opportunity there, and that was Devin Jorgensen getting forward and nearly scoring another one. But, of course, WSA Winnipeg did concede the first goal yesterday from a corner kick in a similar type of position here, so they got to be wary of the size that Thunder Bay possesses.
Yeah, losing Kevin Garrick, who's always active at the back, but you add big body of Tom Prazek. In his place, at least, Hoekse will come back. Every WSA player actually in their box for this corner.
Looks like Gluskovic is going to be on free kick duty today with Adan out. And Sviatek Artemenko just manages to hold on to that after a little bit of a bobble in his hands there, but manages to play it safe. There is Peter James just driving up through that half space. He's got Makshik to his left, finds him. Oof. Just taken down there by the defender, and looks like a little bit of a scuffle going on there on that far side, but it will be a WSA ball.
Yeah, the referee's been on top of things so far, not letting those tackles get out of hand, so that's, you always like to see that. Just a hard challenge, and while he won't like it, it was the right call, so opportunity again for Winnipeg. We've done well in possession early on in this game. So have the Chill, to be fair, but it's been a really good positive start for both teams.
So we got another free kick here for Winnipeg. That far side over there getting a little bit feisty, and Winnipeg getting the upper hand at the moment over there.
A lot of the attacks came from there. Ermin Makic joining the attack from left back. Peter James had a lot of positive play, had a couple good looks at goal. Another chance here.
Nice touches from Peter James in the box. If he can just get a shot, maybe a cross off, cuts it back. Nobody there to receive it, but lovely play again from Peter James, who really does have that close control in his locker. Looks like that was a foul against.
Yeah, just
Ajibade,
he'd already had the position of the player, maybe just didn't need to throw it in. He's a big, strong guy too, so you're always going to attract a bit of extra attention when you're a little harder than the others.
There's Gluskovic back to his center back, and Thunder Bay will play it out here. Alan Sargent out to his winger, Devin Jorgensen, who we saw came on as a substitute last night. Borneo just trying to flick it onto his teammate and manages to do so. There's Nolan Sherwood, and that is offside on Luis Borneo. Just getting into the final third here, Thunder Bay, but perhaps just jumping the gun a little bit.
Yeah, just about a step off there. As any time his run better, he was in. I think he kind of got lost in the shuffle there from some of the Winnipeg team, as they had done a good job pressing and taking away some of the space for the Chill and just lost one player.
Here's Tom Prazak. Ooh, it's a dangerous pass here if Ajibade can control it, and he does really well. Tom Prazak just putting his teammate in a little bit of pressure here at the back for WSA Winnipeg, but they managed to just play it out, and Daniel Sagno is going to have the ball in midfield here.
Some more fancy footwork from Sagno. The question in the lead-up to this weekend was his level of conditioning as getting into his first two games. He seemed to be all right for most of the half yesterday, at times just getting adjusted to things. I'm sure he slept well last night, getting his first game under his belt, so we'll see what he has today.
And here is Kasonga out here on this right-hand side. If he can get a little bit of help, Will Brown just ran past that pass. Perhaps Neville Morgan can get down this left-hand side, excuse me. There's Gluskovic. Out to Neville Morgan here. Just looking for a pass forward. Has to go back to Garcia. There's Justin Earl, who of course we saw start yesterday. Mattia Rowley we saw start yesterday, but he has been taken out here for Liam Hazard, and as Winnipeg win the ball here high up the field, and Frino Hoekstra can just find his feet. It looks like that is going to be a free kick in a dangerous position here for Winnipeg, as Hoekstra goes down just on the edge of the box.
And this is right off of a tackle from Will Brown, where the Chill player went down kind of feeling like maybe they'd been fouled. The referee doesn't call it, and maybe a bit of a retaliatory foul. They didn't need to take it. I think Hoekstra had kind of lost possession a little bit on that through ball. This is a great opportunity, whether it's Budu or Sagno. I think we're going to have a really good opportunity for a look at goal here.
Referee handling the situation well, and this is a really, really good scoring opportunity here for Winnipeg, perhaps to open the scoring here in this first half.
Yeah, this has been a really good start. This is the exact way WSA would have wanted to start this game. Lots of possession. They're playing aggressive, catching a Thunder Bay team on the second day of a back-to-back and trying to take advantage.
Looks like it's going to be Makshik to take this. Killing one, it's just over the bar, tipped over by the goalkeeper, Matthew Mazinski. Didn't quite find the corner there, didn't quite test the goalkeeper, but they get a corner kick off of that.
Yeah, the right weight, maybe didn't like the direction. Unfortunately, comes over the wall. Keeper just has to kind of react, and let it go out for a corner kick, but not a bad look at goal if it creates one more scoring opportunity.
Yeah, sometimes when the ball is that close to the edge of the box, it's very difficult to get it up and over into, on target, but Makshik does well to at least win a corner for his side here, which he is going to take himself as well. And it's going to be cleared out, and that is going to be a foul, looks like against Reno Hoksha there, and it's going to be a Thunder Bay free kick inside their own box.
Yeah, it's weird seeing the Chill lining up a little bit different. The lineup we were given was more of a 4-4-2, but they've kind of shifted to almost 3 defenders. They're playing pretty wide right now for the goal kick in coverage, and just to add a few extra players, as Neville Morgan's playing almost as a left winger at times, and you can see it on the right-hand side too. So a bit of a shift from them. Just trying to add some more bodies to the outsides, and when you miss a guy like Pedro Dan who facilitates play so well, to add one more guy to the midfield, it might be the way that they're looking at things here.
Just going to be a throw in here for WSA Winnipeg in their own half. Donna Kasonga is going to take this one, as he always does, and Will Brown's going to drop back as he always does as well.
That was quite the battle yesterday between Will Brown and Neville Morgan. Gives away possession here.
There's Buraneo out here. Just finds the inside. Oof. Just away from his teammates, and WSA Winnipeg are able to clear that. Just could not find his man in the box. There was 2 of them there, though. And Will Brown, nice work on a lovely flick from Reno Hoksha. If Peter James can get on the end of this, looks like Devin Jorgensen is shielding him off the ball and draws the foul.
Yeah, Peter James is putting the hands on the opponent. A nice little ball, good little flick on from Hoksha. It just doesn't end up working out this time.
Yeah, like you were saying, Ryan, I mean, that Will Brown versus Neville Morgan battle last night was really, really good, and we saw Will Brown nearly score in a similar way, kind of just shielding the ball and getting the inside channel inside the box, but he didn't end up scoring a goal late in the match, which ultimately was not enough for WSA Winnipeg. But, I mean, that finish is a lot harder than it looks yesterday from Will Brown, because when the ball's coming at you from that angle and you're going up to it from the angle he was as well, it's very easy to sky the ball, especially if you're seeing all the guys on the line. You might want to try and go high, but Will Brown kept his composure on that play and just kind of just guided it into the bottom part.
Yeah, that's what was impressive looking back, was that it was hard and low and just able to do what he had to do there. No defender could get onto it, so we'll see if he can replicate that. He scored in both games, in both of WSA Winnipeg's goals in their series against the Chill so far this year.
But he's just going to play it out wide to Peter James, and Aaron Max is going to take this inside. Just could not find a teammate with a pass there, and Buraneo just dropping deep there for Thunder Bay, allowing Nolan Sherwood just to play a bit more advanced of him. That's the beauty of the front too, is one can drop deep and one can get into advanced position, and it's a great opportunity to maybe flick the ball onto your teammate there up front. There's Quemerly just shielding the ball off his teammate really well, and finds Nolan Sherwood back to Quemerly if he can find teammate again, and it's going to be Gluskovic who's going to go for goal, and it's just going to be too high. Just got over it a little bit, under it.
Yeah, looking for the top corner, a little hard, a little high, and an opportunity for Winnipeg to take a breather, as they've been handling this pressure well so far. 16 minutes in, still sitting scoreless, and both teams, a lot of positive play so far.
Yeah, some really nice work down that side there from Quemerly and Nolan Sherwood, just to flick it on and play off of each other like we were just mentioning up front. There's Will Brown, and it looks like that is going to go out for a WSA throw-in that Kasonga's going to take. Peter James just finding himself on the far side that he's not quite used to, but perhaps that will come back to bite them, but it does look as if Thunder Bay are going to stick the ball here to his left-hand side, trying to find Nolan Sherwood. Might get on the end of it, and that is going to be a penalty kick for the Thunder Bay Chill. Looks like it's going to be a yellow card there for Ajibade, perhaps a handball there in the box, Ryan.
Yeah, a bit of a miscommunication there between Ajibade and the goalkeeper Artemenko, and who was coming for it, and ends up just bouncing off of the arm. The referee was pretty sure of herself to make that call, so it goes out and ends up being a penalty. So a tough test. Artemenko stopped the penalty against Thunder Bay last week in Thunder Bay, so gets another chance here.
Of course, Thunder Bay did score a penalty kick last time. It's Pedro Adan who slotted that one home, isn't playing today. It looks like it is going to be Luka Gluskovic to step up this time. Gluskovic, just a little cheeky, little, almost a dink, but just kind of rolls it into the net there. And Thunder Bay have taken the lead here in the 18th minute at Ralph Cansafio Soccer Complex. It's a pretty even game so far. It's kind of what we saw yesterday. It's just that one little play there that makes the difference.
Yeah, it's just one of those ones where no matter how well you play, all of a sudden one call can change everything, and that penalty gives the Thunder Bay the advantage in a game where I think Winnipeg has been on the front foot for most of it.
Yeah, it's a confident penalty there from Gluskovic, and he wasn't starting yesterday, and great chance here for him to impress, and he does exactly that. They just give the ball here. Will Brown's going to go for a shot that's just going to be a little bit too slow, but it's a really nice effort there from Will Brown just outside the box. Just some time now for the team to drop back into their shape before this goal kick. Matthew Mazinski tends to always look out here for Neville Morgan on these ones, and that's a poor pass back from Tom Prazak, but Swiatek Artemenko is on his toes to clear that away.
Yeah, Artemenko's done a good job coming out for a lot of balls so far in this game, and it's unfortunate to concede on the penalty kick.
There's Neville Morgan. Back to Liam Hazard, who will find Garcia in midfield. If he can just switch play here, he's got a man open on that far side. Couldn't find the angle. There's Gluskovic, just going to go out of play. He's trying to find Neville Morgan, who's, like yesterday, getting really high up that left flank. The ball's going to go to Tom Prazak. He's going to play back to his goalkeeper, Artemenko. Going to lob it forward, Artemenko. Perhaps Runehosh can play off of this. It's going to go back into Thunder Bay possession there with Liam Hazard. He's going to go out wide and find a teammate. Looks like Nolan Sure was looking for Jorgensen playing off him. That's a strong challenge there from Tom Prazak. Wins the ball cleanly, says the ref. Peter James let the ball bounce off his back there and concedes a foul as well.
Yeah, caught the guy from behind. Not a bad challenge, but it's still going to be a foul on any day. So chance here for the chill, and on the Prazak play, it's just a big guy going in for a ball, and sometimes you're going to shrug the other player off.
Looks like Garcia is going to take this one, or perhaps Gluskovic, both standing over the ball. Just the three guys up front at the moment, or four, so excuse me, for Thunder Bay, and perhaps they'll play this short and try and play their way into the box rather than hoof it. No, Gluskovic is going to swing that in, and that is a safe catch for Artemenko, who's going to try and clear it out wide. Kaylan Badu is there. He's going to play it down the line for Will Brown, who again is so strong in those challenges, but does concede a foul there to Neville Morgan. Again, we see those two going straight at their throats.
Ooh, that's tough. Pretty good chance there for Will Brown, and Morgan was sure that he was able to draw the call as he was, so that happens, and you see some good distribution from Artemenko in this game, in this match, and a lot of that probably paying off from getting to spend his weekdays training at Valor FC. Their goalkeeper coach, Patrick DiStefani, really is big on distribution and goalkeepers being comfortable with the ball at their feet, and I'm sure that's something that a guy like Artemenko, who already could kick it pretty long and hard, is adding in the softer touches to that game, which you need if you want to be a professional goalkeeper. You have to be good on your feet.
Yeah, I mean, the access, they already have access, of course, to a professional coach in Eduardo Badescu, but now for Artemenko in particular, he's got the plethora of top coaches at Valor FC to work with as well, and that's obviously going to help his game moving forward.
Yeah, level of opposition and training of the players, and that's what's been the benefit for a few other players in WSA Winnipeg, Kalen Budu, Ermin Makic, most recently getting opportunities, Kyle Hebert even, to train at Valor FC in their practice sessions. It provides some extra bodies as they get ready for their match prep, and for these players it's a chance to get a taste of what it's like to be a professional and the expectations it entails.
Will Brown once again using that low center of gravity to win a foul. He's really strong on the ball. Yesterday's goal scorer, and the top goal scorer for WSA Winnipeg so far this season, William Brown. So there's a good amount of WSA Winnipeg players forward at the moment. Looks like Peter James a little frustrated that ball isn't going towards them quite as soon as he expected.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that free kick, it ends up going all the way back to the goalkeeper, and
It's a poor pass there, yeah. And Quimmerly's going to play this, and just behind Devin Jorgensen there on that far side, but he is going to turn and drive to the touchline if he can just find a cross or maybe somebody to pass to. Just going to battle it out, and it's going to be a Thunder Bay throw in. Nice work there on that far side from Devin Jorgensen. There's Garcia acting sort of as that dictator in possession, just keeping the tempo for Thunder Bay and distributing out from the base of midfield.
Makic just kind of coming over the back of the player there, and easy foul call for the referee. And not the most dangerous of locations for this free kick, but the Chill have been good on set pieces so far.
Does look as if Gluskovic is going to take over all these set piece duties with Pedro Adan out. We saw him, of course, score the penalty and take all the corners and free kicks so far. Just that left foot swinging this one in. That's going to... just misses the head there of Ezard and Artemenko. Just a little bit of a risky option to come out there, but works out in his favor in the end. Daniel Sagno, lovely to play out of their press, but
gonna look at
the foul, yeah.
At the speed. You can't teach the speed and the pace that Daniel Sagno brings and the attention it's going to attract in this match.
That is going to be a foul against the Thunder Bay number 9, Luis Buraneo, on Kilim Badu. Just using his body to shield the ball there.
It's a professional foul there, to just take that space and lean into it and wait for that opposition player has the momentum to knock him down. That one, on the other hand, was more of a clear-cut foul on the Chill player, and Budu looks like he's going to be able to shake it off, but actually is still down on the ground.
Tough challenge there, man-to-man, body-to-body, but it is going to be a free kick, which they take up there to Braden Silva, playing a bit more advanced. Perhaps Daniel Sagno's presence is allowing that. And Peter James using his strength, as he always does, on that far side. Just going to lose the ball here, and perhaps just a counter-attacking opportunity here for Thunder Bay. And that is going to be a foul. And that might be looks like that's going to be a red card for Tony Ajibade. Of course, he did concede the foul for the penalty kick, and now he has taken down the man, Nolan Sherwood, just as he was running on the counterattack. And we did not quite see the handball clearly, but that looked like a for sure yellow card there, Ryan.
Yeah, that's unfortunate there in transition. They still had the numbers, only 2 Thunder Bay attackers coming at them. He wants to slow things down on the counter and just steps into his man a bit too much there. That's unfortunate that he's done. And now Winnipeg, in a match that really they had been the team with a bit of an edge, which doesn't happen often against a team as good as Thunder Bay, but now going down to 10 men, a little bit more trouble now and trying to come back. Yeah, especially with the scoreline 1-0 already in Thunder Bay's favor. It's going to be very difficult now for WSA Winnipeg to crawl back into this game, but I mean, stranger things have happened. Gluskovic is going to take this, just going to find the head of Daniel Sagno there, just going to flick it out for a corner kick. It doesn't seem like there's going to be any rash substitutions from Winnipeg to fill that hole at center back. They might need to bring somebody else in just to add that extra number. As you look at Makic and Kasonga, and one of those two are basically playing in the back 3, but not a lot of height when you move Makic into the middle. So we'll see what kind of adjustments they have to end up making here. Yeah, of course, there's 2 good center backs on the bench for WSA Winnipeg. Chalo Mwinga and Kevin Garrick were the starters yesterday. Both played very, very well. So it's not as if they're completely lost for options here, but we'll see if they maybe shift their formation rather than making a substitution right away here in about the midway point of this first half. Yeah, some extra work is in store now for those defensive midfielders, especially Daniel Sagno, and looks like they will just kind of pack the 3 in the middle there, Makic with Prezek and Kasonga. And advantage now Thunder Bay to get numbers on this. And of course, this half is brought to you by the Common at the Forks, and this match is brought to you by 4 Points Sheraton, Winnipeg South, Winnipeg's best kept secret.
just going to play the advantage here, and Buraneo's going to get an opportunity to shoot, and it's just down the throat of Artemenko, who makes a stunning save there in his... He's made quite a few saves today, Artemenko, already, but that was a great opportunity there for Buraneo. Could not quite find the right angle into the far corner. There's Gluskovic just peeling out here to his left-hand side. Perhaps Thunder Bay are going to look to the wide areas, maybe, to try and catch this Winnipeg team off guard.
You see now Winnipeg's packing the middle of the park now, as it's kind of the option defending and losing that extra piece, not having a right or a left back any longer.
Yeah, their mentality is certainly going to shift to a more defensive style now that they've got 10 men, and we're already seeing that. You know, they're not pressing as much. They're not pushing higher up the pitch at the moment. They're just happy to shift side to side and try and stifle Thunder Bay.
Just so unfortunate. It was such a great 25 minutes to open the half between both teams. The Chill playing well, WSA Winnipeg giving them all they had, and losing that player is a bit disheartening. So we'll see what they're able to do to shake things off heading towards halftime.
Come in. And that was going to be a foul against the Thunder Bay player. It looks like Will Brown went down there in the box. Just time now to catch their breaths, WSA Winnipeg, as they perhaps try and communicate with each other as to what their plan is right now.
It seems like they still want to play them up and try and get a goal, go into the half with that goal, and then maybe you pack it in and try and salvage that single point. It seems to be the plan. At this point, no real changes for the back line and still pushing numbers forward.
Nice look on there by Peter Jean. Just could not find Reno Hoekstra. And Thunder Bay are going to get an opportunity to counterattack here. Sherwood back to Kremley, who just could not find the right touch, but he's going to get another opportunity, and it's going to fall here for Luis Buraneo. And a lovely block on the line there from Kalen Baudou, just getting back to a wide open cage there for Luis Buraneo, and Baudou was there to save the day for WSA Winnipeg. Perhaps that's going to play a key role in the scoreline here, Ryan.
You can tell just by the way the players are running, that gets them a bit juiced up into this match.
Here's Gluskovic. Out back here for Garcia. Perhaps he can swing it in. Decides to go all the way back to his center back, Liam Hazard. And there's Justin Earl. Sargent to midfield. Lovely passing out from the back there from Thunder Bay. And now they're going to get an opportunity to get forward once again. Here's Sherwood just peeling out to that right-hand side now. We saw him centrally at the start, but perhaps he's trying to use this man advantage out on that far side. Daniel Sagno playing it safe back to his goalkeeper, Artemenko. He's going to clear it up high for Reno Hoekstra. That's probably going to be a key way for WSA Winnipeg now. A man down, of course, just to get that ball up to Hoekstra and perhaps him to flick it on and maybe get something out of that. There's Daniel Sagno just driving up with the ball now. He's got a few options, but he's going to take it himself, just cuts inside, and now nowhere to go. Somebody's got to give him an option. Erwin Makshik gives him exactly that.
Yeah, that's why he's kind of shouting at his teammates, a bit of standing and watching while Sagno is doing a lot of the work there.
Oh, lovely passing here from WSA Winnipeg. And Makshik's just going to play into the box, but again, nobody is quite there to get on the end of it. Songa is going to swing it back in, but nobody quite there. Everybody just walking back a little bit.
Makshik, just be careful here on the switches.
Yeah. Referee's just going to calm down Neville Morgan here. Looks like he did win the ball cleanly, but went through William Brown there a bit aggressively.
Yeah, the two of them, of course, as we mentioned a few times, had some battles in yesterday's game, and that was a little bit of the extra while he's on the ground. And fortunately for Winnipeg, too, because Thunder Bay had some numbers, Prazik was back by himself, and there's two Chill attackers right there.
Freak is going to be taken by Hazard out wide there to Alan Sargent. Garcia just getting pressed a bit. It's a lovely way to pass out from the back, and Kremley's going to play through Nolan Sherwood, but Artemenko is there to save the day. He's, like you mentioned earlier, he's coming off his line really, really well, seeing the ball well, and that's helped WSA Winnipeg so far in this half.
Yeah, and his defenders are going to need that. It takes the load off right now because they're they're kind of stuck in a lot of no man's land places, filling 2 positions at once, losing a center back already to a red card.
Yeah, and when you play a high line, I mean, you got to have a goalkeeper that's comfortable in coming out and knows that one exact moment where he's got to leave his line. And of course, they do have that in Artemenko, and we saw Josh Dielman do that as well yesterday. Throw one's going to be taken down here by Makshik, and Hoksha again using his body just to unsettle the opposition a little bit. Matthew Mazinski, Thunder Bay goalkeeper with the ball now, plays it upfield. And there's Nolan Sherwood trying to flick it onto Burineo, but Makshik gets in the way of that. There's Daniel Sagno. Will Brown just couldn't get on the end of that.
A lot of good passes from Sagno so far. That one just a little bit short, but he's done a good job of getting his teammates involved and launching some counters.
There's Garcia. Nolan Sherwood dropping deep just to offer himself up as a pass, and he finds a great ball out to Jurgensen, who's been getting up that right-hand side ball. Burineo, nutmeg, and right down the throat again of Artemenko. They just got to start finding these corners. Both sides have had a couple shots, but just straight down the goalkeeper's throat.
I think a help for Svetek now. He's got a few games under his belt, because when you're training with one team and playing for another, that can get a bit interesting. He's starting to get used to his back line and familiar with what he knows his teammates are going to be trying to do, and you can see it the way he's able to bark out the instructions. He's gathering confidence as every week goes on.
19-year-old Peter James just playing out from that left-hand side and switching play here for Daniel Sagno, who is peeling out to this right-hand side. We saw him a bit centrally earlier, but he's going to take his man on here, Luka Gluskovic, excuse me. Sagno again, just trying to make his way to the touchline. Doesn't quite have a passing option, but if he can just manage to... Well, that ball goes up, and Will Brown, oh, that just misses the near post. Will Brown, lovely technique there on the shot, and it just kind of skips past the net and just barely misses.
The Chill got caught kind of watching the ball there. Sagno is just holding on and maybe catching a breather, helping his teammates out there, and ends up creating a pretty nice play. Great shot from Brown, low, driven, just a little bit wide. He had the goalkeeper beat, so another 6 or 7 inches the other way, and that's a tie goal, which is something Winnipeg's been pushing for. You like it. They haven't sat back into a shell despite going down a man, so we'll see what they can do in these final 10 minutes of the first half.
Yeah, that again, just like yesterday's goal that he scored, I mean, that is a chance that a lot of players would sky. Mm-hmm. And he has, the awareness, the technique to just drive that low. And that's obviously causing a problem for the goalkeepers, as it did yesterday. And Matthew Mazinski was not quite sure where that one was going just now. And Luis Burineo is just going to get up this left-hand side, battling with Donna Kasonga there, with Kasonga winning the ball. Artemenko just hoofing out with his outside of his boot, and Quemmerly, if he can take a good touch, might be able to get into a good position, but he can't. And Daniel Sagno is going to play this out for Reno Hoksha. And lovely ball just on the inside of the center back there. If you can find a channel to shoot, Reno Hoksha, lovely effort there, just straight into the arms of Mazinski, but it was really great of him to find the space to shoot there in that position.
Yeah, and a great ball from Sagno, the perfect weight to just fall onto the foot of Hoksha. He's been doing a lot of running since that red card. So
what a pass there from Neville Morgan into Sherwood, but what a save from Sviatek Artemenko. That was a great pass there from Neville Morgan, just finding the run of Sherwood, but Artemenko again just getting off his line and saving the day there for WSA Winnipeg.
You'll see if that's an adjustment at halftime, as there's been a few of the missed marks and swapping and losing a defender, and that's going to happen, but the Chill have been taking advantage, so we'll see what kind of adjustments the Winnipeg side can make on those.
Select and Capelli Sport are proud sponsors of USL League 2. All of Capelli Sport
is just going to go onto this near side to take this corner kick. Going to be an outswinger with that left foot of his. See guys like Sargent and Earl getting up there to perhaps get their head on it. And just out wide there from the Thunder Bay player. And that's going to be a goal kick for WSA Winnipeg. Another chance to just find their shape. Will Brown's had a great first half for this team. Going to hoof along Hoksha again, just dropping with his back to goal to try and win that. And while he quite doesn't manage to do that, Winnipeg are still pressing here to try and win the ball high up the field, and they are going to get a throw in here in an advanced position.
Yeah, a lot of good pressure from this Winnipeg team in this first half, and with that extra body, you wonder where things would be at this point in the match. They keep pushing. It's a good throw.
Yeah, it's a strong throw there from Badu. It's just going to get cleared out from the back line. Prazak, it's a tough ball to play, and he does have to kind of send it back, but Gluskovic is going to get on the end of this. He's got a good run there from Sherwood. Can't quite find him. It's a good block.
Good step by Sagno there to break it up.
Yeah. There's Neville Morgan again getting into position. Here's Buraneo just going to dink it over. A lovely pass. And here's Quimmerly! Just wide of the far post. A lovely ball again from Louis Buraneo, just dinking it over that far center back.
Also, they've been able to catch Winnipeg a few times in this half, is looking to that right-hand side of their wing and switching balls there, and we'll see if that causes Peter James to have to start tracking back a little bit more and helping out and filling that space. It's a huge space, and when they want him getting forward, he's created a lot of offense as well. It's going to be a lot of miles he puts on in this match.
Artemenko's seen a lot of goal kicks in this first half, which is just about winding down. About 5-6 minutes left here in this first half, and it's 1-0 Thunder Bay here at Ralph Cantafio Soccer Complex. These teams have played 4 times now in the last week or last 8 days or so, and while WSA Winnipeg got a draw in the first match, Thunder Bay have won the next 2. Artemenko's going to win that battle there and earn a free kick for his side. Another chance to get it upfield here, perhaps for Reno Hoksha. Doesn't quite get that far, but yeah, Thunder Bay are going to win that back. But here's Quimmerly now. If he can find an option out wide, he does. And it's Sherwood! And he just misses the net through the near post. Looks like there was a save there from Artemenko.
It looks like he might have actually hit off of Prazak. Just a bit of a block, enough to skew that wide, and that's not the first time. We've mentioned it a few times these last few minutes. On that right-hand side of the field, there's space for the chill, and they've been taking advantage, switching the field and trying to fill in those pockets. So we'll see if there's a change at halftime for Winnipeg to try and stymie that, because if they can keep it 1-0 going into the half, get a breather, maybe come out in those first 10-15 minutes of the second half with the last gas to tie things up, there's a lot of opportunity to get a point from today.
There's the corner kick from Gluskovic. Is going to play it back. Sherwood might get an opportunity to shoot, does not quite, but Garcia's going to take one, which is just going to roll its way over to Artemenko, who's going to try and play it out quickly.
The speed of
Sagno.
He's not even at full tilt, and he's outrunning players.
Kasonga just can't quite manage to keep that in, but again, Sagno just turning on the Jets there and getting up that right-hand side. As Ezard back to Earl. Plays into midfield with Garcia. Alan Sargent just pushing up. He's going to find Devin Jurgensen. Can't quite keep it in there with the pass from Alan Sargent, but again we're seeing Thunder Bay on that right-hand side just trying to find some space to get into, which they've basically found all game long. I mean, Makshik and Peter James are guys who love to get forward for WSA Winnipeg, and perhaps with the 10 men they gotta play a little bit more disciplined of a game.
Yeah, usually a little bit more cover, so we'll see what kind of changes happens. Still an opportunity. Really good look at goal earlier on from Will Brown, so there's still some offense coming from this 10-man side.
Throw in here from Aaron Makshik for WSA Winnipeg. Again, just running out of time at the end of this first half, but plenty of time, of course, left in the match. This first half, of course, brought to you by The Common at the Forks.
Looks like Braden Silva down on the ground right now, and he's going to need some treatment.
Yeah, we saw that yesterday as well. He went down once or twice, and even in the first half of early in the game, went down with a back injury, so he's being beaten and bruised in these last couple games, and we'll see if maybe that's going to play a part throughout the rest of this game.
Yeah, especially playing as the second game in this series. playing 2 days in a row, playing 90 minutes can take a lot out of somebody. So playing 180 minutes over 2 days can really take a toll. And Silva, it's a big part of this team. He's been a long-time member of this club, the captain at times. So they'll want him to stay in this game for as long as he can. And now it's also a chance for some of the teammates to get a bit of a breather and put on one last push to end off this half.
He's just going to make his way off the field. I mean, it's a strong bench from both sides today, Ryan. I mean, like we mentioned earlier, there's a lot of players that played yesterday that are on the bench just for the two sides today that could come on and make an impact in the second half. So Mattia Roli, Francesco Bernetti, Sullivan Silva there from the Chill. Surprised to see Evan Sawula not start today, but perhaps fitness or something is playing a part, but I'm sure we'll see him in the second half as well.
Yeah, he was a big force in that second half yesterday. The Thunder Bay native on the team did a lot, caused some issues. He's pretty strong too, and we saw it on the set pieces in that match, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him get some time in the second half.
He's just going to pick that up and perhaps roll it out to center back. He's going to hoof it up. Neville Morgan again, the target that he's always trying to find with these goal kicks and punts. But Neville Morgan, who has been influential down his left, another great effort there to find the man on the far side, Luis Buraneo. Didn't quite get the power on it this time.
Yeah, they're taking what they're being given right now.
Yeah. Morgan again, just getting so high up the pitch and always playing good passes here, Neville Morgan. So I'm just going to clear that out of play for a Thunder Bay throw-in. Just about reaching the end of this first half here. Wait and see what the fourth official says. We got to add on some time here. We got seen a couple guys go down, but not too much.
Yeah, just 2 minutes from the fourth official.
And there's Jorgensen. Has a chance to play it in. He's going to cross it with his left foot. Try and find Buraneo. It's headed back into the box. And Sviatek Artemenko's got to be at the top of his game there just to get high and win that ball. But
yeah, safe hands from the goalkeeper and chance for one more attack here for Winnipeg before the half.
Clears it long again. Reno Hoekstra just trying to get ahead on it. And Sagno's going to win the ball here on this right-hand side. Combining well with Kalen Badu is going to drive into space here in midfield. Couldn't quite find a man forward, but plays it back to Prezak. And Donna Kasonga back to his goalkeeper with a nice pass. A foul there against Clemerly, looks like.
Chance for the one last kick at the end of this half and get all the bodies forward at this point, and good chance for delivery, and Sagno will track back just in case the referee decides to add a little bit more time.
Going to be taken by Magic, who has been, for the most part, the set piece taker here for WSA Winnipeg. Going to swing this in with his left foot. Doesn't quite make it into the box like he would have liked, but Daniel Sagno's going to win this back. Lovely footwork there to just escape his man, Sherwood. And Reno Hoekstra's going to get on the end of this if he can just turn and maybe find a man. Peter James back to Hoekstra. Just taken down there. Fairly, says the ref. I'm actually going to win that again in his own half. Here's Kalen Badu. Daniel Sagno. A little bit of weak pass, but they are going to have the ball back here with Matchett on the throw on that far side. Just running out of time here at the end of the first half, Ryan. Yeah, and that's going to end the first half here at Ralph Cantafio Soccer Complex. Thunder Bay Chill 1, WSA Winnipeg 0. Of course, the red card for the Winnipeg player Toby Ajibade. And while that can sometimes make a difference, a large difference in the scoreline, so far it has not. But, of course, the penalty kick scored by Luka Gluskovic at the start of the first half.
Yeah, that's what's made it so unfortunate. So much good play from this Winnipeg side. You think if they had that extra body out there, what a difference it would make.
That first half was, of course, brought to you by the Common at the Forks, and we will be back after these commercials with halftime interviews.
The 4 Points by Sheraton, Winnipeg South. Conveniently located on South Pembina Highway near the Trans-Canada Bypass and 1 hour from the U.S. border crossing. Offering a saltwater pool, hot tub, 24-hour fitness center, restaurant, and lounge.
If you take the first mortgage you're offered, a high interest rate could take your travel budget and send it packing. Before you choose a mortgage, take a second look. Get serious about your mortgage. Contact Case Financial Group today. If you take the biggest mortgage you can get, you might find your budget can't support other important costs, like buying furniture. Don't let your mortgage weigh you down. Get serious about your mortgage. Contact Case Financial Group today.
At Collins Hotel, we have you and your family's comfort in mind. Relax in one of our 16 suites featuring king or queen-size beds and 36-inch TVs. Suites also include a mini fridge and other kitchen appliances to make your stay as comfortable as possible. During your stay in Pilot Mound, visit Weiser's Restaurant, our attached family-friendly restaurant and bar. It is the perfect location to host group meals, dine with the family, or unwind after a hockey game. Come in and meet our friendly staff offering daily specials on food and drinks, Wing Night Wednesdays, Buffet Fridays, and multiple TVs to watch the game. Weiser's is the place to be. Collins Hotel and Weiser's Restaurant and Bar, located across the street from Blackjack Stewart Arena off Highway 3 in Pilot Mound.
The 4 Points by Sheraton, Winnipeg South. Conveniently located on South Pembina Highway near the Trans-Canada Bypass and 1 hour from the U.S. border crossing. Offering a saltwater pool, hot tub, 24-hour fitness center, restaurant, and lounge.
Back here to Amateur Sports TV, I'm Heath Gamage, and we are here at halftime between WSA Winnipeg and the Thunder Bay Chill at Ralph Cantafio Soccer Complex. I am joined by number 6 of the Thunder Bay Chill, Pedro Rodan, who is unfortunately not playing today due to an injury. Pedro, how are you doing today, man?
Pretty good, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, that first half was a little bit even, but you guys got the red card in your favor with the WSA Winnipeg player going down, and I mean, you guys scored off of the penalty kick. What did you think about the first half?
Yeah, like I said, I think that played again towards our advantage. Luckily, we converted on the PKs, but I feel like it's a pretty even match. We know that both teams played yesterday, so you can see a little fatigue on both sides. So the game's not as fast as yesterday, but it's a good match so far.
And, you know, you guys haven't played as many games as perhaps your opposition throughout the season. I mean, before yesterday's game, WSA had played 7 games. You guys had played 4. Now, of course, it's 6 versus 9. But, I mean, has it been difficult for you guys to kind of wait to play these games? And have they come kind of thick and fast for you?
Yeah, we, since not only Winnipeg, but other teams also in the same division have played more games than us. I think it's factor here is getting that chemistry going and having more games under our belts together to build that chemistry is what's really needed. So, I mean, I think we're starting to get to it. We had the first two games that we unfortunately lost. That's when we were all together and finally got on the pitch. But yeah, I mean, in terms of chemistry is why we need these games, and we're getting there slowly but surely.
And Pedro did score yesterday, the winning goal here for Thunder Bay Chill in the 2-1 win last night. I mean, you seem to be somewhat of a set piece taker for your team. Is that something that you've worked on for the last few years quite a bit?
Yeah, actually, this year more than any of the other years. But we've tried some set pieces with different players, and they figured that I guess was good enough to take them. So I stepped up to the plate, and I'm happy to do so.
Are you confident going up to the spot, or do you get a bit of nerves?
Not really. No, I've been playing for a long time.
Okay.
I've been shooting PKs and crosses and whatnot for a long time, so it's more of just a normal thing, I guess you could say.
I also noticed that you're kind of like the tempo dictator for your team. You kind of sit back in between the center backs and just kind of distribute the ball from deep. Is this kind of like a role that you played throughout your career, or is this maybe something that's newer to you?
No, I was actually my younger years. I was a midfielder, but I was more of I was an attacking midfielder more. Okay. Not till I got to university where I started playing as a holding mid position, and since 2007 on,
okay.
that's where I've been. Yeah.
But anyways, you are struggling with an injury right now. You said it was with your heel. What's the update on that?
I spoke to the physical trainer, therapist, and she said that I should be good by the midweek. Hopefully sooner. We do have an important game this weekend coming up against Des Moines, so I'm hoping I can get better and be able to play that game because it's at home, and it's very important for us to come out with points there. I mean, it's a heel injury. It's unfortunate. It's a very small pinch that I have, but you know, it's with the tempo of the game and the stopping and moving. It bothers me, so I figured I'll sit out.
Well, luckily it's not like a more serious injury. Like, you were a bit relieved there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure.
All right, guys. Well, that was Pedro Adan, number 6 of the Thunder Bay Chill. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, guys.
And we will be back really soon with WSA Winnipeg versus Thunder Bay Chill, the second of their kind of back-to-back series here at Ralph Cantafio Soccer Complex. That'll kick off in just a few minutes. And this was Amateur Sports TV.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Alright guys, we are back here, just about ready for the second half at Ralph Contafio Soccer Complex. Thunder Bay leading WSA Winnipeg 1-0 through a penalty kick from Luka Gluskovic. I mean, the red card for Ajibade is going to change the game a lot, Ryan, but, you know, we didn't see Thunder Bay completely dominating Winnipeg after that card.
No, it'll be tough to see once we get into that 60th minute how the legs are feeling for the Winnipeg team and able to manage that. As they played well, they put the pressure up. They still want to look for that goal. Talking to some of the players at halftime, it was a bit discouraging because they felt like this was a very winnable game before the red card, a game where they had the slight edge in possession. It was pretty 50-50, but you had to give the edge to Winnipeg in the opening 20 minutes. They played very well. Credit to the Chill taking advantage of an opportunity, a penalty kick goal. So a corner kick and 2 penalties this weekend against a very good team. So we'll see what WSA is able to do. They have a lot of walking wounded, and whether they'll have any subs to turn to in the second half will be a bit of a mystery as well.
Looks like Braden Silva is making his way back onto the field. We saw him go down twice in that first half, but it looks like he is good to go. Just getting into the shape here. Both sides, as we're getting ready for kickoff, will be taken by the Thunder Bay Chill as they're looking for their 3rd straight victory, which would all 3 be against WSA Winnipeg.
Yeah, it's always a tough battle for a lot of the teams, especially the 2 Canadian-based teams, Thunder Bay and Winnipeg. The closest opposition isn't even each other, funny enough. So you're looking at those drives down to Des Moines, 11 hours, Kansas City, 13, and now even adding Green Bay isn't too bad. It's 10 hours, so it's still quite long for all these trips, and Winnipeg gets them done early on in May, tries to get them out of the way, lets the players kind of have their summers to play, but also to enjoy some time off. You get players like Kalen Boodoo who are home from playing school out east in their university teams, and they want to be home in Winnipeg as well, so they get the opportunity to play and also just be around and spend their summer at home.
Looks like there aren't going to be any changes for either side here at the half, and we're just going to kick off through the Thunder Bay Chill, who are going to maintain possession here already in the WSA Winnipeg half. Steps on the inside, just trying to fire off a shot. It was blocked there by Kasanga. Here's Will Brown again battling with Neville Morgan, as he always is. And looks like he is going to concede a foul there. If WSA can kind of win these battles here on these corner kicks, free kicks, whatnot, they could create some scoring opportunities going the other way if they can manage to maintain the possession in midfield after winning the ball in these kind of situations.
Yeah, and a bit of a speed advantage too. You look at guys like Will Brown, Urban Makic, and Daniel Sagno, Peter James. So if they can launch a counter, but now here's some trouble.
Oh, lovely
Great challenge.
Interception there from Donna Kasanga, just to win that ball right at the last minute there.
Maybe an opportunity to shoot for the Thunder Bay player. Instead tries to beat that one last defender and get that clear look at goal, as hopefully Makic can keep this in. He won't.
Some good play there from Kasanga just to stifle his man in the box. Thunder Bay are going to keep possession here through Luis Buraneo. And here's Marco Quemley. He's going to find a wide open Neville Morgan there on that far side. Will Brown's going to look challenged. Neville Morgan's going to go for the shot. Just going to roll into Svatek Artemenko's arms.
Yeah, no real change to the tactics. WSA still sticking with the 3 at the back and moving Makic inside. We'll see if he tries to join the attack a little bit more, or if guys like Brown and James have to push back a bit to help.
Yeah, they've been lying a bit flatter ever since that card. The wingers, Will Brown and Peter James. So kind of like yesterday, where Hoksha is just playing up front by himself. Here's Kriskovic, plays it over to Neville Morgan. Again, getting up that side. It's going to find Luis Buraneo with a lovely finish at the back post, and it's 2-0 Thunder Bay. It's a lovely finish from Buraneo. It's really difficult, again, to sort of guide that when you're running at that speed. But, I mean, like we talked about yesterday, those back post runs are really dangerous and really difficult to defend against.
Yeah, we talked about it in the first half, that this was what the Chill kept doing, loading balls, looking for the right-hand side, and taking advantage of a Winnipeg team that's down a player, not able to cover all their marks, and a well-hit shot, too. It wouldn't be hard to hit that on the half volley and put it up and wide, and nice and calm, and puts it down low.
It's 2-0 now, Thunder Bay. That is kind of the killer blow here for WSA Winnipeg. They were happy to sort of just sit back with the 1-0 disadvantage, but now they're going to have to go forward a little bit and at least try and cause some trouble for this Thunder Bay back line. So it's going to be a free kick here, which Eamon Makchik's going to take. Tom Prazak in the midfield, Badu. It's a loose touch there, and Thunder Bay's going to win the ball up high. And here is Quemerly. He's going to play through Sherwood. It's a nice block there from Braden Silva, who's just dropping in between his center backs at the moment. It's Garcia in the middle to Gluskovic. He's going to try and find the cross. It's a nice block there from Prazak, of course, using his height. And there's Quemerly with a nice effort, but just looping over the bar.
That goal's kind of taking the wind out of the sails of the Winnipeg side, and Thunder Bay taking advantage. There's a lot of good play from the Chill, and as they try to keep getting the wins going and take some momentum into their U.S. trips.
A goal kick there for once. Doesn't try and find Renar Hoksha, but there's Daniel Sagno. Lovely footwork again. He is taken down in midfield and wins a free kick for his side.
And Neville Morgan not happy. He was brought down by Will Brown and still looking for the call while Winnipeg's orchestrating their free kick.
Skasonga out wide. Will Brown lovely again to shield the ball to win the foul. Looks like Neville Morgan's struggling a bit here.
Yeah, he's down on the ground now.
He's calling for the bench, for the trainer.
Yeah, and also a foul got picked up there by Liam Hazard, as Hazard took down Will Brown on the outside there. And so no card for Hazard on the play, but free kick for Winnipeg.
Neville Morgan's just going to walk that one off. Moving pretty heavily there, though. Perhaps that's going to play a part here for Thunder Bay. Maybe they'll have to bring on a substitution. There's a couple guys warming up out there. Gonna swing it into the box, and there's a couple players there. Oh, and that is a foul there from Renar Hoksha on the goalkeeper. Nice display of sportsmanship there, just to give him a high five and to make sure he knows that it was unintentional. We had goal kick out from Mazinski out to Neville Morgan as usual. Finds him as usual. Gluskovic just loses the ball in midfield, but Neville Morgan's going to pick it up. And here Garcia can maybe find a long ball. It's a beautiful ball. And Jurgensen's just going to get on the end of this. He's got his back to goal, but if he can just find the inside channel, and he does manage to find Sargent here on this far side, who sends it back for Garcia, who's going to try and switch play once again. This is something we didn't quite see from Thunder Bay yesterday, but looks to be part of the game plan now. There's Neville Morgan. Gluskovic swings into the box, and that's just going to find the roof of the net through a bit of a wayward cross from Luka Gluskovic that had Sviatek Artemenko reeling a little bit.
Yeah, it looked like he had it tracked well, and had it been down, he would have been able to make the save, but certainly a threatening ball. And after a really solid first half for WSA, just a bit slow to start at the second half, but you'd anticipate they're able to pick it up as this goes on.
Gonna be a foul there against Sargent in midfield on Renar Hoksha.
Yeah, right on the back there, in front of the referee.
Max just going to step over. He's got quite a few bodies to aim for. And he's just going to swing this one. It's a nice ball. It's just won by the head. And Braden Silva's going to try and fire that, but it just loops up a little bit right before he kicks in. Very difficult to try and get that on target.
Yeah, over top of it a bit too much. May hit the part of the ankle instead of the inside or the instep of the foot. So just kind of squirts a bit wide and not very harmful.
Mazinski is just going to hoof it up long for perhaps one of his forwards to win. And there's Donna Kasonga Nice way.
Nice
Lovely
flick.
flick there from Will Brown. And perhaps there's a counter-attacking opportunity here. Is Reno Hoekstra. It's just going to go down, but it's a clean tackle from the Thunder Bay back line, and his chance goes wasting there for WSA Winnipeg.
Great opportunity there on the counter. A really pretty flick on the back heel from Will Brown. Now another foul to the Chill.
Yeah, that one's just from behind. Perhaps this could produce a card. Doesn't look like it, but just going to focus on the back here just to take a few steps back with the ball and then take the free kick. Morgan. It's just in a row. Out wide for Jurgensen. A lovely ball just to switch the play, and perhaps he can find one of his forwards here. Lovely pass to Burneo, who's going to swing in the cross. That's just going to go off the defender and into the arms of Artemenko. He's going to swing it out to Peter James, perhaps for the counter attack. There's Peter James, got a man on him. Nice pass inwards to Badu. Just got to find a little bit more space there. Kalen Badu loses the ball to Gluskovic. Here's Jurgensen. Bugs Garcia checking his shoulder, trying to find some space. And a beautiful ball out wide there from Neville Morgan. He's going to have a ton of space to drive into, as he loves to do. And he's going to find a cross. It's just a little bit too weak there, and Kasonga manages to get it in the way. And Sagno's going to send that out for a corner kick.
Parents, we'd like to remind you of the fantastic training programs offered for your young players through our very own World Soccer Academy. This year's programs will include opportunities for the young players to train with and be mentored by our USL2 players. You can find details on all our programs at our website at www.world-soccer-academy.com.
Sherwood's going to fire one. A nice save there from Swiatek Artemenko. Is this going to stay in play? It won't. But it's a great effort there from Sherwood, and Artemenko up to the task.
I've seen some players warming up on the Winnipeg side. We'll see what kind of adjustments can be made. Looks like Kevin Garrick and maybe Andy Berjani that might be able to come into this match. Few Chill players also warming up. Yet to see those substitutions from either side.
And of course, this second half is brought to you by Backwoods Boiler Boys. Stoves, fireplaces, outdoor boilers. Make sure you visit backwoodboilerboys.com. Here's Luka Gluskovic. Just going to take this corner kick. Swings it into the box. And there's the head. But just into the arms of Artemenko again, who's in a good position. He's just going to swing this out for Will Brown perhaps to chase, but couldn't quite get the angle on it.
Yeah, but that pressure at least forces the throw, and an opportunity here for WSA.
Here's Maciek. Nice there from Peter James. Nice close control as we've seen throughout these two games here from Peter James.
Good skill there from young Peter James, as he's really been good these last couple games. Oh, nice turn.
And Daniel Sagno showing off his skill here in this match. There's Peter James. Braden Silva just could not find the pass back to Peter James, but they are going to retain possession here through Tom Prezak. Prezak out to Kasonga. Artemenko. Nice little footwork there to escape his man and find an open pass, but just into the chest of Neville, who's going to get on his horse and get forward. Perhaps an opportunity here for the Chill. Has just gone over there from the Thunder Bay forward. Couldn't quite direct that towards goal. Nice ball out wide there, but Neville Morgan once again up to the task. And here's Kimmerly. And here comes Thunder Bay with perhaps another opportunity to get a shot on goal. Kimmerly. Nice switch of play there for Jurgensen. Jurgensen's going to... Nope, he's going to elect to go back here for Alan Sargent. Inside to Gluskovic, who's going to try and find Neville Morgan there, but Will Brown can break here perhaps. They got 3 men forward there, Peter James and Wiener Hochschild to his left and right. And here's Will Brown, who scored yesterday. Lovely pass there for Wiener Hochschild. If he can just get a shot, just a heavy touch, just could not find the pass back to Will Brown. It's a nice opportunity there. As I mentioned earlier, I mean, when Thunder Bay get those balls forward, there's an opportunity for WSA Winnipeg to counterattack if they win the ball properly and maintain it in midfield.
You see what the threat of Daniel Sagno being involved in that attack does is it drew out a chill player. He makes that run, and sometimes you won't get the ball, but if you take the defender with you like he did, it opened up a pocket for Hoax, and he'll just want to do better on that cross next time.
Perhaps an opportunity here, Will Brown. Just causing some problems here for Thunder Bay. Nobody there for the cutback from Will Brown, but it's a nice play once again from the University of Winnipeg student, as many of these WSA Winnipeg players are. Will Brown chasing a degree in business administration. There's Burneo. If he can find the ball out to Sherwood, does it? Burneo could not quite find the pass back. Prazak's there just to shield it, and Braden Silva will carry this back out for WSA Winnipeg. Makchik. He's got Peter James in space here if he can just get behind, but it looks like Justin Earl is going to win that foot race. And just dink it over to Jurgensen calmly. Jurgensen. Garcia. Izard. Morgan. Here comes Thunder Bay again. There's quite a bit of space there for them to attack through, but the pass isn't quite on the money there. Song out to Will Brown, who's sticking to that right touchline at the moment. Loses the ball to Gliskovic, who's going to be taken down there by Will Brown from behind.
Yeah, late challenge there.
Yeah. See what the referee produces here, if anything. Yeah, it's going to be a yellow card there for William Brown, number 11, from WSA Winnipeg.
The cards have been kept away, other than the red card in the first half, and Brown ends up picking up a yellow. We'll see if he's been involved a lot in this game. It'll be tough to take him out, but at the same time, you're already down to 10 men. You risk keeping him out there on a yellow.
Yeah, the last thing WSA Winnipeg wants is to go down to 9 men. Jurgensen's making a nice run, but just not far enough, and Peter James does get in the way. The 19-year-old has a chance to break here. Perhaps he can find Killen, but do on the side. It's a lovely footwork again for Peter James. He's going to go down, holding his arm, looks like. Yeah, he's going to stay down. Perhaps substitution required here for WSA Winnipeg. He does be struggling mightily there with his right arm, looks like.
Will Brown's also down on the ground.
Oh, wow.
Some walking wounded for WSA.
Will Brown looks to be holding a lower body. And trainer's got double time here for the next couple minutes.
I think Peter James will be coming out as Andy Berjani is getting warmed up, or he could be coming in for Will Brown, of course.
Yeah. The trainer goes over to Peter James first. Of course, today's game is brought to you by 4 Points Sheraton, Winnipeg South, Winnipeg's best kept secret.
Peter James will come out. Andy Berjani will come in. It looks like Will Brown will stay on the pitch.
Since he's just going to play this OY after a bit of a stoppage there to treat the wounded for WSA Winnipeg, but we are back to action here with Thunder Bay in possession. Here's Earl. Garcia. Into midfield, Gliskovic. Wide to Neville Morgan, who loves to get up and down that left-hand side, always causing problems. Garcia. Gluskovic. Just dinks it over, passing it by Burineo. And it's a lovely effort there from Thunder Bay Chill as Burineo nearly gets his head to it, but Sviatek Artemenko once again off his line to save the day.
Great ball from the goalkeeper Artemenko there. And Daniel Sagno taking down a free kick.
Mm-hmm. Looks like we're going to see official substitution here shortly as the fourth official gets the board up ready. Looks like Kyosuke Kubota is going to come on for his first game of the season here for the Thunder Bay Chill, taking off Devin Jurgensen. It'll be interesting to see what this debutant can bring to the team here. Jurgensen was playing down that right-hand side for Thunder Bay Chill. We'll see if maybe there's a tactical change or if it'll be a like-for-like switch. It's Braden Silva into midfield. Burineo just blocks the ball, and Kasanga manages to maintain the pressure in the Thunder Bay half, but that is going to be offside on Rainer Hoekstra.
Yeah. Did the right thing, able to catch his man off guard a little bit and take the inside track, take the ball away, but ends up drawing the offside.
Here's Earl. Sargent. Back to the keeper Mazinski. We're just going to clear this high. We might get to see a bit of Kubota here for the first time. Shielding ball really well on Magic and winning the foul. Great first contribution from Kyosuke Kubota.
Yeah, Kubota wouldn't be the first Japanese player to maybe make some waves and get his start with the Thunder Bay Chill. If you remember Kosuke Kimura, right back, who played a long time in Major League Soccer, now with Nashville in the USL Championship. One of a number of alumni of the Thunder Bay Chill that have played at this level and then moved on to better things. Axel Schoberg, a big 6'7" center back for the Colorado Rapids in MLS, one of their more recent ones. So they bring in players in the next group, and they get those opportunities, the pro atmosphere that the Chill offers to those the guys, maybe not Canadian, but very good players looking for somewhere to play in their off seasons.
Here is Gluskovic. Garcia. He's going to win the ball here and fire off an effort which is going to go far too high and wide there. Here's Kasonga. Nice play there. There's Braden Silva just getting outfield a little bit, but Thunder Bay getting back in good numbers there. And
great ball.
Nice little dummy there from Braden Silva to try and get Kaylan Badu on the ball. Just a little bit out of his reach.
I think Badu was anticipating Silva picking up that ball, and he kept his run going. Might have had a chance for a look at goal.
Carmelli just loses the ball there to big Tom Prazak, who pushes up to win the ball. And there's Hoekstra. Couldn't quite keep possession, and it's a missed tackle there from Kasonga. And here's Sherwood. Nice save from Artemenko again, just getting his body big and making the goal small for Sherwood to try and score. And again, Artemenko is doing really, really well on these 1v1s that Thunder Bay's creating.
Yeah, the Makic ends up drawing the foul, which leads to a yellow card for a Chill player. As rather than being a corner kick for Thunder Bay, it becomes a free kick for WSA. Sherwood goes into the referee's book for his troubles after nearly scoring, and another big save from Svetic. To give a lot of credit to both goalkeepers, Josh Dielman and Svetek Artemenko for their play this weekend in 2 tough games. Surrendering goals and set pieces, and one from open play today where Artemenko was pretty hard on himself for conceding, but what else can you do? A wide open player back post, you're down a man. All the credit to him for what he's been able to make in this game.
Mozinski hasn't had much to do there in the Thunder Bay net, but he, rather than them having the 2 goalkeepers like WSA Winnipeg do, Mozinski is very much the number 1 goalkeeper here with the Thunder Bay Chill, and hasn't been tested a ton in these 2 games, but he still made a couple of good saves that have given his side the chance to win.
There's a lot of eyes on the WSA team at the Canadian Premier League today as recent alumnus Raphael Oheen getting his first Premier League start in an unfortunate losing fashion against Forge FC from Hamilton, but he's been earning his keep, earning his minutes with the team and joining fellow alumni like Tyson Farrago and Ali Musi at the pro level, so always good stuff to see the local players. A lot of Winnipeggers in that team, and even Dylan Carrero, who as a 10-year-old, Eduardo has this great picture of little 10-year-old Dylan Carrero with his academy a long time ago before moving off to England, so it's always exciting to see the Winnipeg players doing their city proud.
And of course, we got so many of those on this WSA Winnipeg team. Every single player living in Winnipeg at the moment. Braden Silva's just going to lose that ball there in the box, and Kubota's just going to play a nice pass for Garcia, who's going to take a heavy touch and lose the ball there to Caleb Badu, and now Preza has a little bit of time to pick out his pass, and it's a weak one, and Neville Morgan's going to have a great opportunity here for the counterattack. It's a weak pass there from Prezak. Has to get a bit more power on there.
Back post again.
Oh, Morgan just gets in the way of his own man. And here's Norwood. Sherwood, excuse me. There's Neville Morgan, who's just going to fire this over the bar. That's like a half shot, half cross there from Neville Morgan.
And Will Brown once again down.
Yeah, holding the same part of his body as well, the same leg. Looks like he is likely going to have to go off.
He's been trying to stretch out that maybe calf or hamstring and keep himself in, and he's back on his feet at least, so taking that time. Nice flick on, here's a chance.
Here's Daniel Sagno. Just could not find the right angle there on the shot. Matthew Mozinski came out, made himself big, and made the save.
Yeah, good job there from Midar Hoeksa with that flick on header, and Sagno catching them off guard, and it's unfortunate not to finish that one off.
Here's Kluskovic. He's seen a lot of the ball in this match.
Good step
Sherwood,
by Kasanga.
Yeah, wins the ball off Sherwood there, and Rena Hoekstra dropping deep to help his midfield retain the ball. And they do exactly that. But Johnny just plays it upfield. And Will Brown looking to press the opposition as he always does, and it's and that might just be the end of his night as well. He is on a yellow, of course. And what's the referee going to produce here, if anything? Looks like there will be a substitution here for Thunder Bay, with Garcia going off and Evan Sawula, who came on yesterday, coming on today as well. It looks like Will Brown is...
Yeah, I think a bit of frustration from Brown. I think he thought he was fouled on the play when he was running by Elaine Sargent, and when that call didn't come in, ends up with a bit of a hard challenge. Yeah. A bit retaliatory, but to be fair, maybe he feels he was fouled on that play.
The referee being a little bit lenient there with Will Brown and allowing him to escape one little bit. Of course, giving the red card in the first half does play a part in that. Perhaps if that tackle happens when the game is 11v11, that could have been a red card for Will Brown. Here's Sargent. Kubota in a bit of space here on this right-hand side. Finds the inside channel on action. Here's Kubota just trying to find his center forward, and Sherwood couldn't quite get a handle on him. And here's Puskovic, yeah. Kemerly, lovely dink pass. And here's Buraneo. That's a nice save from Artemenko.
Yeah, good job to corral that rebound too. Yet another good save from the Winnipeg goalkeeper.
Just about 20 minutes left here in the second half, which is brought to you by Backwood Boiler Boys. It's Kaylan Badu. Andy Berjani. We're seeing for the first time this weekend. Marco Kemmerly. Sure, we're just trying to find the inside on Tom Prazak. It's a lovely tackle, yeah. He just gets the touch on that ball there. Thunder Bay does maintain possession. Here's Kubota. Back into midfield with Gluskovic. It's Neville Morgan. Buraneo. He's going to go for goal here, Buraneo, and it's just going to smack off the post. From the tight angle there at the near post, perhaps Artemenko got a touch on that one.
Yeah, that's what they're going to say, so it'll be a corner kick for Thunder Bay.
It's a nice effort at the near post there from Luis Buraneo, who of course has already scored in this game with the lovely finish at the back post to make it 2-0.
I always give extra saves. That's how Tyson do it. It doesn't matter. That's how, give it very extra saves.
He swings the corner, and it's going to be the header from Justin Earl, and it's just going to roll out wide. Didn't quite get the contact that he would have wanted.
We have final change for WSA as Kevin Garrick will come in. Will Brown comes out, and really solid 74 minutes from him in this match. Almost had a good goal in the first half, almost had a good chance in the second, and able to set up a few other plays. So he did his work. Seemed to be battling a little bit, so he'll come out. We'll see what kind of changes this does for the shape of the Winnipeg team.
Perhaps Makshik will move up, or it does look as if Garrick is going to play in midfield here, and perhaps another big body to maybe take advantage of the set pieces or maybe the second balls as well.
And just some fresh legs maybe, and let the midfielder drop off and get a bit of a breather.
It's going to be a throw in here that Daniel Segno's going to take. He's been a bit quieter in the second half, Daniel Segno, than he was in the first. Perhaps obviously the 10 men playing a part in that. It's Hoksha. Just making an effort to win the ball here from the ground, and he does so. There's Kaylan Badu. Hookshot again causing problems. It's going to be another throw-in for WSA Winnipeg. And you're not happy with the calls here. Marco Kemmerly displaying some frustration with the referee.
Surprised she let that one go.
Yeah. Kaylan Badu with the ball in. Couldn't quite find the head of Rainer Hoksha. Oh, nice win high up the field from Braden Silva. Could not quite keep possession. Here's Buraneo. Lovely pass out wide there for Evan Sawula. Maybe a chance to make his first impact of the game. Neville Morgan. Evan Sawula. There's Kliskovic in midfield, as he always is. Hazard. Sawula sticking to that left touchline with Neville Morgan. Lovely little flick there from Neville Morgan. He's going to find more space now to perhaps swing in the cross, which he will do. Prazak, and it's going to come out here for Kemmerly. Just wide of the left far post. It's got to do better with that chance. He's got nobody in front of him, and really should have tested Artemenko there.
Yeah, a lot of time on that ball there, and close call for Winnipeg, who were pushing numbers high and got caught on the counter attack there. So they get a chance to regroup here.
Just about 15 minutes left here in the second half. Thunder Bay Chill with a 2-0 lead over WSA Winnipeg. Thunder Bay Chill, of course, picking up a win last night as well here against the exact same Winnipeg team. 2-1 that one was. And it was the same scoreline as it is today at this point of the match. Of course, WSA Winnipeg scoring a late one yesterday. Ultimately, it was a bit too little too late, but Will Brown got a nice goal last night and put in a good shift today as WSA Winnipeg have played a solid second straight game here at home.
Yeah, very unfortunate early red card, really the story of this match.
Yeah, 2 straight nutmegs there from Buraneo, looks like, and Braden Silva is going to get to play this ball out. There's Earl. Got Rainer Hoksha down his throat. There's Kemmerly, the German. It's Evan Sawula, of course, who is from Thunder Bay, one of just a few players from Thunder Bay on this Chill team.
You see the conditioning in Rainer Hoksha going the distance yesterday and still has some energy today, putting a lot of pressure on these defenders for the Chill.
Artemenko just going to patiently take this one into his hands. Drops it down to his feet.
Take some time. He wants his teammates to start moving up the pitch.
Now he's just going to get pressed by Sherwood and just trying to find Hoekstra on that back line. Hoekstra was offside, and that is going to be called by the official on the far side. It's going to be another substitution here for the Thunder Bay Chill, and it looks like Sullivan Silva, who started up front yesterday, is going to come on for Nolan Sherwood. Sullivan Silva, of course, the Brazilian. He's a long-serving member of this team from Guyana, Brazil. Celebrates his 31st birthday in about a month's time. Gluskovic. Sargent. Tom Prazak getting ahead on it. There's Kalen Badu. He's got space in midfield to try and pick out a pass. And he's got Daniel Sagno. It's a lovely ball, lovely weighted pass there. And Sagno just could not find Reno Hoekstra there on the inside.
Yeah, I elected to take it on the right foot instead of the left.
Yeah.
Great ball from Kalen Badu, though, to set that up.
So Kremerly out wide here for Alan Sargent. Back in the midfield for Kremerly. Neville Morgan is just going to keep that in. Oh, excuse me, Sullivan Silva is going to keep that in. And here he is driving inwards. He's got Neville Morgan on the overlap. And he's going to have a good chance to cross it in here. And it's just going to make its way through. Here's Kubota right into the arms of Artemenko. Kubota, a great chance there to open the scoring for his season and his very first appearance here for the Thunder Bay Chill. Here's Braden Silva. Kubota wide here for Sullivan Silva. Look at Neville Morgan just getting up there. Here's Silva. It might just bounce here and just clear it away. Gotta be wary of those second balls when all those players come just steaming into the box. Just one touch might make the difference.
Always threatening is Sullivan Silva and Morgan with a nice run to help to create some space for his teammates, and you see it backs up the Winnipeg defenders and almost opens up an opportunity for a shot and ends up taking a bounce.
Nice run here from Silva. If he can just find the angle, and he is going to find Marco Kremerly. What a finish from Marco Kremerly to seal this victory for the Thunder Bay Chill. Lovely curling effort into that far right-hand corner.
And once again, when there's a bit of positive play for the host, the Chill just come right back and are able to finish off. What a nice shot curling inside that post. And Artemenko has had a very good match. Not much he could do on that.
It's Kremerly's second of the season. He did score in last week's 3-0 victory over this WSA Winnipeg team. So, I mean, he's finding the back of the net on the regular. And, I mean, 3-0 scoreline for Thunder Bay should seal the deal for them with a man up as well. And, you know, you wonder what this game could have been if it was 11v11. But ultimately, Thunder Bay will be really happy with this performance as a whole.
Yeah, and credit to the Winnipeg team to keep pushing up and looking for goals in a match when you're on 10 men and it's all up against you, and I anticipate that's what they'll do early on. The difference between 3-0 and 4-0, if you can try and get a goal and take some momentum, it's worth the risk at this point.
Just plays into the backside there of Kevin Garrick.
It's an old-fashioned one too.
Garrick's just going to hesitate on the ball there in midfield, and there's the goal scorer, Kremerly. Kremerly again. He's got a nice run into midfield there from Gluskovic. Doesn't find him. Finds Alan Sargent. He's going to try and find Luis Buraneo there. But Braden Silva is going to get on the ball here. Try and start something for WSA Winnipeg. Sullivan Silva.
Nice tackle.
Lovely tackle there from Braden Silva. Berjani. Out to Hoekstra. Excuse me, Badu to Hoekstra. There's Berjani. He's going to swing it across. Hoekstra's not there, but Sagno is. But it looks like Alan Sargent's just going to win that header, which is going to go out for a throw-in. Clock is just ticking down now, about 10 minutes left in this match, including the stoppage time, which we should see a bit of, considering we had a few players go down injured and quite a few substitutions in this half as well. Here's Evan Sawula. The poor touch, but works out in his favor. Kubota. Braden Silva. Lovely touch there from Aaron Maxick, just to split his man, but Kubota stays with him and wins the ball back for his team. Here's Sullivan Silva. He's got a ton of time, and he's got Neville Morgan on the overlap. It's a bit of a heavy touch there from Sullivan Silva, and that is going to be another penalty kick. Looks like that first touch, which was poor from Sullivan Silva, actually works out in his favor as he goes there to try and win the ball and was taken down inside the box.
Yeah, just a bit mistimed there from Dona Kasanga. The adrenaline's running through. You're giving chase, and the other team has numbers on you too.
Yeah, it's going to be another great opportunity to run up the scoreboard here from the Thunder Bay Chill and grab their 4th of the match and try and get a head start on this goal differential that might be crucial at the tail end of the season. And it's going to be Evan Sawula, looks like, going up to take this one. Of course, Gluskovic scored the earlier one, but looks like he's going to give this one to his teammate Sawula, the Thunder Bay native, to score. And here's Sawula, and he's going to make it 4-0 for Thunder Bay to seal out this great victory for them on the road here at the Ralph Cantafio Soccer Complex. Evan Sawula coming on and finding the score sheet. Sawula, it's his first goal of the season. He did pick up an assist last weekend, so he's got a good start to the season with his numbers, despite not starting this weekend.
Yeah, tough way to see this game end. A close match where a penalty and a red card end up turning it the other way. Winnipeg pushing forward and get beat on a couple of counterattacks. So there's stuff to take away from this as the home schedule continues. Look to pick up some points in the latter parts of the year.
Just a chance to see out this game now for the Thunder Bay Chill. Here's Sawula, the goal scorer, the 4th goal scorer of the game. Sullivan Silva with a nice burst of speed. He's going to cut inside. Can't quite find the angle for the pass, but a lovely pass there for Luis Burneo, but it is offside. Despite the offside, Sullivan Silva displaying some of his vision there in the final third. And it's going to be a change here for the Thunder Bay Chill. Looks like Neville Morgan is going to come off, and Francesco Bernetti is going to come on in his place. We saw Bernetti start yesterday.
Yeah, they're adding on an extra defender. Looks like they're happy with 4-0, and they're going to sit back and see what Winnipeg can do and push forward at them.
Garrick loses the ball to Sawula, who's going to play a nice pass out wide for Sullivan Silva if he can keep it in, and he does. And he's going to try and get on the inside of Kasanga. He does. Sullivan Silva, and Kasanga just gets a foot in there to take the ball away from him at the last moment. Artemenko swings it out wide there for Erman Makchik. Here's Makchik. Out for Daniel Sagno. Sagno, a lovely switch of play there for Andy Berjani. Berjani cuts into his left foot there and finds Makchik out on this left flank. Here's Sagno again. He's going to try and drive to his man. Kubota's just going to win the ball back there through Berjani's pass. Here's Buraneo. Got a ton of time. He's going to cut inside and perhaps find a pass out here. Thunder Bay on the front foot now with Luis Buraneo, who's just going to send it towards Artemenko unthreateningly. Badu out wide for Rena Hochschild, just peeling out wide. Some lovely footwork there, trying to beat his man. He's going to find the pass into the middle, but dude just cannot quite get a handle on that one.
Seeing the tired legs of this Winnipeg team late in this one now.
Saw a nice header just to keep it away from Sullivan Silva there on that left-hand side. There's Kevin Garrick, who was superb last night, but of course didn't start today and didn't get much of a chance to show what he can do tonight, but we certainly saw his impact yesterday. Matcher taking on Kubota. It's a weak pass there, but Dude's going to maintain possession in midfield and just drive at the opposition now. He's going to find a nice pass out wide to Daniel Sagno, who's going to take on his man Francesco Brunetti and maintain possession despite going down. It's a lovely footwork there from Sagno. And here's Braden Silva, can find that back pass to Daniel Sagno. It's Gluskovic, who looks to be playing the full 90 minutes tonight.
So the Chill are going to try and bring on their other keeper to finish off this match too, if they're able to.
And here goes Sullivan Silva again. He's such a threatening player. He looks much more up to it tonight than he was last night. And here is Gluskovic looking for his second of the night. Couldn't quite find it.
Here comes the keeper substitution in stoppage time.
Keegan Hazard is going to come on for Matthew Mazinski. Don't quite see that too often, but he's just going to see out this game, which was brought to you by the 4-Point Sheraton Winnipeg South. Just going to give the armband there to Sullivan Silva. Just hitting the 90 minutes now, and the fourth official has signaled an additional 3 minutes of second half stoppage time here. So just about to see this one wind down, and Keegan Hazard gets a big cheer from the crowd as he goes in to make his first appearance of the season.
If you're Winnipeg, I think you go right at him in the 3 minutes you have. And a lot of traveling fans. Of course, Thunder Bay's youth programs come up to Winnipeg a lot to play competitive games, so pretty good contingent there, and there's always lots of local support too.
There's a first touch there from Keegan Hazard, gets a big cheer from the crowd once again. Here's Sargent. Earl. Gonna find the inside pass here to his teammate Quemerly with a lovely touch to take it around Braden Silva. And Quemerly with the pass on the outside of his boot might be a bit too much for Berneo. Nope, he manages to keep that in play. And here's Luis Berneo, one of the 4 goal scorers tonight. Cross just going to be blocked there by Reggiani. Saula scored the penalty kick, one of the 2 penalty kicks tonight for the Thunder Bay Chill. Here's Earl. Quemerly. Sullivan Silva. Kyosuke Kubota. Gluskovic, Thunder Bay just happy to keep possession here and see out this victory. Berneo, who's played the full 90 minutes, didn't feature yesterday, but great game today and caused problems for the back line all night long, and of course grabbed a goal for himself as well. Evan Sawula. Luka Gluskovic. Berneo. Back to Gluskovic. He's going to try and swing it in for Sullivan. So a lovely first touch. Silva, a lovely block there.
I think Artemenko got a foot to that.
Did he? Wow. He's had a great game coming off the line despite the scoreline. There's Sullivan Silva again. It's just going to sneak past that far post there. Sullivan Silva looking really dangerous today after coming on as a late substitution. But, I mean, he's helped see this game out for Thunder Bay. I mean, he's maintained the ball well in the final third and looked dangerous.
Yeah, a lot more threatening even in this game than yesterday. Had his opportunities, had a couple good looks, good saves by Josh Dillman, but really threatening and maybe getting into that form as the season will wear on.
Maybe a throw in here for WSA Winnipeg's Kalen Badu. Nice touch there with his chest. Just muscled off the ball there by Marco Kemerly. There's Gluskovic going to play it out wide for Luis Buraneo. He's got Sullivan Silva and Kyosuke Kubota in support. Looks to go for Evan Saula. Sullivan Silva. And that is going to be the end of the match. The referee blows for full time, and that was a 4-0 victory. A stunning victory here for the Thunder Bay Chill by a large scoreline. But looks like there's some heat coming here at the final whistle. But I mean, it's a great win for Thunder Bay, Ryan, and you know they'll go out of this trip here really happy with the way they played.
Yeah, Sullivan Silva's not happy with the tackle at the end of the match, so he's just airing those grievances before they get on the bus and head back to Ontario. A long bus ride ahead for them and a long season still to go. And for Winnipeg, this is the start of the homestand. And it's too bad a red card early on really just changed the feeling of this match. We'll see what they can do with a full 11 aside for the next one. They'll be without, obviously, Toby Ajibade, but he'll be missed in that starting 11. But on to the next one. And lots of good stuff. Despite it being a 4-0 score, it would feel much closer had it not been 11-10, I think.
Of course, a few days now for some of the guys to catch their breath and work out some of those injuries. Of course, over the last 2 games, we've seen a few guys go down. Braden Silva and Will Brown in this game. I mean, it's a good chance for them to just catch their breath. And, you know, I think they can take out a lot of positives from these 2 games, WSA Winnipeg. And, of course, Thunder Bay Chill can as well.
Yeah, and if you're a guy like Peter James, who had the crowd on their feet a few times, and you're a young player trying to get a feel for this, I think he's turned some heads and will catch some eyes here in Winnipeg. And always good to see a guy like Svetek Artemenko, despite giving up 4 goals. It's funny to talk about how good the goalkeeper played, but he really did. You know, 2 penalties against him, not much you can do there. A really well-placed shot from Quiverly, so and a back post tap-in. So really can't fault the goalkeeper. Made a lot of saves, looked pretty good. So lots of stuff to take into these the final 5 of the season.
And we will be right back after this break just to wrap things up here from the Ralph Kentafio Soccer Complex.
At Collins Hotel, we have you and your family's comfort in mind. Relax in one of our 16 suites featuring king or queen-size beds and 36-inch TVs. Suites also include a mini fridge and other kitchen appliances to make your stay as comfortable as possible. During your stay in Pilot Mound, visit Weiser's Restaurant, our attached family-friendly restaurant and bar. It is the perfect location to host group meals, dine with the family, or unwind after a hockey game. Come in and meet our friendly staff offering daily specials on food and drinks, Wing Night Wednesdays, Buffet Fridays, and multiple TVs to watch the game. Weiser's is the place to be. Collins Hotel and Weiser's Restaurant and Bar, located across the street from Blackjack Stewart.
At Super 8 Winnipeg West, we have your comfort in mind with free Wi-Fi and free daily Superstart breakfast. We also have guest laundry facilities, a state-of-the-art fitness center, and a jetted hot tub. Sleep well in a spacious guest room equipped with plush new bedding, a 50-inch flat-screen HD TV, microwave, mini refrigerator, and Keurig coffee maker. Or book a suite with a kitchen, ideal for extended stays. Super 8 Winnipeg West, located just inside the perimeter on Portage Avenue.
And we're back here at Ralph Kentafio Soccer Complex just to wrap things up here from the Thunder Bay Chill, picking up a 4-0 victory over WSA Winnipeg in a game that was kind of masked by a red card for the Winnipeg defender in the first half. But, I mean, we can take out a lot of positives from this game for both sides, like we mentioned earlier. But was there any specific player who stood out for you?
For the Winnipeg side, I think Daniel Sagno, we got to see his best today. He came in the second half yesterday, was still getting a feel for things, I think. And in this game, he really showed what he could do. He attracts a lot of attention, made some good cuts, had one really good look at goal that was stopped by the goalkeeper. So he'd be the player of the game for me, the man of the match for WSA Winnipeg anyways.
Yeah, I mean, for Thunder Bay, they had some good performances across the park, of course. Them playing with a man up really helped. Just, they kept possession a bit better with that. And we got to see the best of guys like Kremerly and Gluskovic and even Garcia. But I thought Luis Berneo was really dangerous throughout the match. I mean, the forwards for Thunder Bay really created a ton of good scoring opportunities, far more than they did yesterday.
Yeah.
So guys like Berneo and even Neville Morgan
I was going to
kind
say
of a forward at this point because he just gets up on his horse and really contributes in the final third. Really a modern type of fullback. You see, if you watch any professional soccer, you'll see the fullbacks are contributing almost more than the midfielders now in the final third. And I mean, Neville Morgan is the embodiment of that.
Yeah, that was exactly who I was going to pick for man of the match. And give credit to the goal scorers. I don't think that was the story. I think it was the players in the wings for Thunder Bay, and Neville Morgan led things today. I think he was the best player on the pitch, and he'd be my pick for the man of the match.
So Ryan, I mean, what kind of positives exactly can Winnipeg take out of this? Because they do come back here on June 24th against Des Moines Menace, which we will have here on Amateur Sports TV. From Ralph Kentafia Soccer Complex. But I mean, what can they look to improve on or look to continue doing in that game?
I think the biggest thing is they prove they can frustrate good teams like they did against the Chill, and with one extra player, who knows where this match ends up. We saw the result yesterday, and as more players can get shuffled in, once everyone's healthy too, I think that will play a big part. So I think that's the big one. The possession game was working, the high pressure soccer was working, and if they can get it going for a full 90 minutes, who knows how they can end up the season, hopefully on a high note.
Of course, and like I mentioned, that game will be on June 24th here at the Ralph Kentafia Soccer Complex on Amateur Sports TV. But I mean, it was a good game here, and Thunder Bay got a couple great goals. Of course, the one from Marco Kremerly standing out, especially with that curling effort that beat Artemenko at the right-hand side. But we will be back here on June 24th, and we're going to wrap things up here at the Ralph Kentafia Soccer Complex. I am Mahith Gamaj, and for Ryan Brandt, we will see you on June 24th.